Hello everyone, this is James Shore with another test-driven development video. It is about a week after my last recording, and I'm afraid that Rob Myers has had to go home. I had a great time working with him. I just regret that he couldn't stay longer and get a chance to really understand the code. Pair programming is, well, in my opinion, is a ton of fun. A lot of people get a little nervous about the idea, but I think once you get used to it, and it is a bit of an adjustment. What I've noticed when I pair program on a new system or when people start pair programming is that it becomes really hard to figure out how to use the keyboard. You know, people are fumble fingering and feel really dumb. But once you get past that, and it doesn't take that long, but I usually recommend people give it at least a month, but it usually takes much less time than that. Once you get past that initial hurdle, it's a lot of fun, and it's a much more effective way of working. It does require, however, that both people be on the same page, and by throwing Rob in, as I did, it was hard for him to contribute. But I'm really glad he could join us, and hopefully I'll have a chance to pair program with other folks in the future. I actually have a couple of people I'd really like to ask to pair program with me, but I have to figure out how to do it online because most people can't physically come sit with me. Um, anyway, so let's. Oh, and before you put your suggestions in the comments, suggestions are appreciated, but for the next 3 weeks, I am completely swamped, so it's not going to happen anytime soon. Um, anyway, so where were we? I have a bunch of things to do. Let's just start out getting the tests running. Okay, so yeah, as I recall, Rob and I were working on, um, let's see, yeah, this idea that withdrawals reduce principal after capital gains are withdrawn. And let's just get rid of some of these things that I don't need. And I had just finished trying to get that going, and we were just running that one test because changing the underlying behavior is going to cause multiple tests to break. So I'm going to go ahead and see what I can see here. But one thing that I realized as I was reviewing the videos for uploading them was that I'm withdrawing 4,000, but that's not really the correct amount. 500, because 4,000 is more than the capital gains. So if I withdraw 500, then the ending principal should be the same, and the ending balance should be equal to, well, 10,000. Let's see, 500 divided by 0.75. So that, minus 10,000, 9,333 it looks like. So that should be the ending balance. And I can check that without changing the behavior of the principal. So let's see about that. Okay, that was, oh, well, of course, we're also going to see some interest earned on that. $10,266. Yeah, 10,267. That is correct, I think. I'm kind of doing this backwards. If we start with 10,000, subtract 667, add 933. Well, that's interesting. $10,000 minus 666. 500 divided by 0.75, 666.6667. Now if we invert that, let's just toss that. 10,000 minus plus that times 1.1. Yeah, 10,267 is the correct answer. All right, which is all fine, but not really what I want to do. well, let's sneak up on this. So now we've withdrawn. So at this point, the starting principal should be the same. Capital gains is still going to be, it's going to be 3,267 at this point because we've made so much. Well, starting capital gains hasn't changed. Well, there's something about this code. Let's see. Okay, expected 3,000 was 2,500. That's the behavior I would expect with the existing code. Now I'm going to change this to just return starting principal. That will make this one test pass. Yeah. Now let's modify just this one test. So at this point, the total withdrawals is going to be 3,500, 5.75, 4667. Oops. Yeah, and that's working. And the principal should be $7,000. So we've withdrawn 4667. Our capital gains was 3,000. So our principal should be 4667 minus 3,000. 1667 is the difference. So our principal should be 7,000 minus 1667. Principal should be reduced by difference between total withdrawals and capital gains, which in this case I think that's right. Now this should fail because I don't have that code written, right? So the ending principal should be well, here's our capital gains. I need to extract a capital gains. For now, I'll just grab this. Our capital gains is that. And so I'm going to take some notes here. So we want to, oh man, why does this always drive me so crazy? Okay, if we're withdrawing 4,500 and our capital gains is 3,000, then our principal withdrawn is 3,000 minus 4,500. Actually, it's 4,500 minus 3,000. Subtract to 0. It's total withdrawn dot subtract to 0 capital gains, I think. No. Oh boy. Okay, so man, this stuff just drives me crazy. Okay, I'm going to stop the video and think about this for a moment. Okay, I'm back. I think I realized what I did wrong. This is not the amount to return. This is the principal reduction. So the dollars principal reduced by is the total withdrawn minus the capital gains. And then the result is the starting principal minus principal reduced by. All right, let's see if that works. Okay, we expected 5,333, but was 3,000. Let's walk through this. We've withdrawn. Total withdrawn is 4,667. So 4,667 minus 3,000 means that our principal should be reduced by 1,667. Principal was 7,000 minus 1,667 should give us 5,333. But instead, we're getting 3,000 on our ending principal. It's saying that our capital gains is our starting balance minus our starting principal. Let's do it that way. Principal is reduced by total withdrawn. Subtract to 0 capital gains. Starting principal minus. That should be working. Looks like I need to break out the debugger and see why it's not. Let's see. Let's oops. Okay. Let's try that again. So, capital gains, 7,000. Right. Oh, no, our capital gain shouldn't be 7,000. It should be... Oh, I think I've been operating on the wrong assumption all this time. Starting principal isn't 3,000, or isn't 7,000, it's 3,000. I keep making that mistake. Okay, well there's the problem right there. Let's see if I can get this in real quick. So, actually I don't know. Well, I apologize for a very confused episode, but that is our time for today. So thanks for watching. Tomorrow hopefully will be better, and I will see you then.